My brother Adam, he died in February of 1999, 10 days before he turned 30. So I would have been 8. I was young. And I don't have a ton of memories with him, but he does have my very earliest memory that at this point, I'm almost like, I remember remembering the memory, but I'm having a hard time actually remembering now. But I was young. I was like maybe 2 or 3, and he was moving to Illinois, to Quincy. And I didn't understand what was going on. And I remember we lived in the house on Holmes, across from the big grass green basin down from the park. And I was in the bath. I was in Mom and Dad's bath. And I remember Mom came to get me. And she said, or Dad, whoever, they came to get me and they said, Adam's leaving. You got to come give him hugs. And they wrapped me up in a towel. And I went out, and it was like on the wood floor in the front room. He was getting ready to go. And I had to have been like around this age. He picked me up, and he was tall, and he picked me up and he gave me this big squeeze. And I remember being embarrassed because I could tell that my butt was hanging out, and I was like, oh, somebody's gonna see my booty. So that's like my earliest memory was with Adam and when he was moving to Quincy. And then this was his blanket. And it must have been after he died, maybe, that we got it. And I remember me and Morgan have always kind of like fought for it and like stolen it from each other. And I won the battle, and I've had it for decades now. But I used to sleep with it every night, and instead of getting under my covers of my bed, I would sleep on top of my covers and just sleep with this. And I slept with it for years and years and years until I got married. Then I started sleeping under my covers. But now I keep it. It also was getting really worn, and it's thin, and it was getting holes in it. And I had a friend who patched it up and made it look a lot better. And so since it's so fragile, I keep it in a bucket in my closet. It smells a little dusty right now, but it's really special to me. And for a long time throughout my childhood, I felt Adam with me, even though I didn't know him really well because he moved to Quincy when I was so young. I could feel him near me growing up. I felt his presence. There were songs that always made me think of him. I don't know if he liked them or like if there was even any connection, but there were always certain songs, I'll Be Missing You, that I always thought about him, and they always made me feel closer to him. And I have gone back to Quincy to see Quincy a couple of times. He loved it there, and he had a family there. He never got married and had his own biological children, but he did have a life partner, Tammy, and her girls, and he loved them, and they love him so much. And I've gone back to visit them, and he would be a grandpa now. And I've held it was a little girl, I can't remember her name, but she would have been his first grandbaby, and I held her like days out of the hospital, like just little baby. And I just remember feeling like this overwhelm of love and learning how much they loved him and considered him their dad. You can feel him in Quincy for sure. He's there, and he loved fishing, and he just loved Illinois. He loved it. It was home to him. And one thing is that I've always been told, I can't quite hear it anymore. I feel like I used to be able to remember it and hear it, but he had this chuckle that he was known for. and he was a mechanic, so he had these like working man hands, and he loved to fish. He loved trout, and I miss him. I mean, I felt him all growing up, and then after Donna died and I've just kind of been feeling her around, I feel like she kind of came in and kicked him out and said, no, I'm going to be around. I'm going to be there for her, and I haven't felt him as much, and I miss him too, and I can't wait to see him someday. And gosh, it's going to be such a great reunion.